Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at Lumen Field in downtown Seattle. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Seattle Seahawks. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a second down and 4. Operating from the gun, Spencer. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on third down, Spencer. A solid stiff arm, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks. Straight ahead, Walker. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop. The Seahawks sit 6-5 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's third down. You talk about this Washington defense. They find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. What's no secret, he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Ball spotted into 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. They run it again with Cook. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Powell trying to pick it up on third. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6.
Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And Howe will throw it. Setting up the screen for Cook. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
That's a nice design there. But sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Dalvin Cook, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Option play, and they'll give to Walker. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. You talk about this Washington defense. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
Here's 3rd and 10. Off play action. Spencer. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
This is 2nd and 8. Howell now to throw it. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's on the guard, Laken Tomlinson. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw, Howell. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Throwing here, Howell. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the Seahawks 43-yard line.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he'll go down at the 28. Still about 3 yards shy of a 1st as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Again, it's Cook. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up 1st downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
Now it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. At the 24-yard line.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll get about 5 here, so he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Cook is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Again, it's Cook. But he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. Cook turned away on 4th and goal. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they... And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll make our score 14-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Second and 10. Now Howell. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hopkins. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. This now a 3rd and 4. Here's Howell. That's complete once again to Hopkins. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. That is his 951st NFL reception, so 49 away from 1,000, but 951. That ties him with Andre Reed.
Oh, I love the trigger there because Andre Reed caught the ball any part of the field, and special.
Now Cook hit and he lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. This is caught inside the 15. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7.
Seahawks 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Daron Payne gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Operating from the gun, Spencer. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
A final shot before break. Spencer. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
21, Seahawks 7.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 29. 67 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. 3rd and 2. Here's Cook again. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
A gain of 3 on the play. First down, Commanders.
Powell. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Tay Crowder putting in the work and getting that stop defensively.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Faking the handoff. Howell. It's complete to Cook. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now hang on here. Not what you want to see because Dalvin Cook injured, at least for the moment, and in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Howell completing the quick throw out wide. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders take a 3-touchdown lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Seahawks 7.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run the toss to Walker. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Spencer. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They're going to try and throw. They've got his man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
And that's good.
Operating from the gun, Spencer. And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Looking to throw. Spencer. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Howell, he'll look to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. On 2nd down, Cook. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 29. 78 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
3rd down.
On the jump.
Third and 2, here's Howell. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
They'll run for it. Cook. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Back to throw. Howell. They'll find Everett there, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
In motion right goes Hopkins. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. Operating from the gun. Howell. This is caught. Touchdown. Jahan Dotson with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Commanders are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Pinheiro's extra point up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Seahawks 7.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Looking to throw on second down. Spencer. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and he'll have it by plenty as it turns out to be a big gainer there on 4th down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Throw out wide to Walker. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. First down, here's the run with Cook. And some room to work. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 111 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Out of the gun, it's Howell. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. DeAndre Hopkins from 6 yards away. And the Commanders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a third and about 5. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go now.
Cook will score. Touchdown, Commanders. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they will...